Hi, Taurus. How are you? Welcome to Moonrise Cottage Soul Tarot. This is Mary Ellen coming to you for your October 21st reading through the next week, carrying us through this beautiful Scorpio new moon that's coming up. There's a lot of energy going on with the earth signs, of course, because of all the cosmology my guides are saying. So, Taurus, for you, we're going to look into your destiny, your soul purpose, all those kinds of things, along with your mate, for those of you who are engaged in a relationship. And I do create a separate reading line for your potential lover, my guides are saying. Because you know what? Not everybody's engaged in a love relationship at all times, but you still need to know something about the energies that are affecting you, okay? So, Taurus, for you, some of you who are engaged in either a relationship or a project that means a lot to you, this beautiful card of falling. And so it's, my guide just said adjacent to the notion of being like a feather, really light, floating through the air, through the elements, through whatever it is that's going on in your life, and sort of falling slowly to the ground. It's a beautiful notion. And for you, we have this gorgeous card. And Taurus, I think this is really apropos. Look at that. The Luminous Warrior from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. Quite intense and really quiet and beautiful, and I think well matched with this energy. So, Luminous Warrior is about somebody who is carrying a lot of energy within them for their journey and sort of imbued with the energy by the universe. And we know, of course, that you have Uranus with you, Taurus, for I think the next 7 years, something like that. So in a way, it's by carrying the energy that you are transformed. And so there's a little bit of a notion about your potential love interest, but also I think it has to do with you. Just some advice about being light with the journey, if possible. And I know when you have Uranus with you, that's not always possible, but it is lighting you up and it's changing the way you carry your energy. It's quite lovely. For your partner, we see the Tree of Life and the Ancient Ones. Look at that. Whoever you're engaged with, do you see how they're being pulled by this tractor beam of light? Look at the angels and the guides standing there, and this person just being pulled in by the universe. So whatever it is that the two of you are sharing, if it's a love relationship, you're definitely entwining with each other, and you may be feeling yourself falling for somebody, and it may be that they are somebody that you feel somehow entwined with, and they're coming straight out. There's something about them, the way they're connected to the Ancient Ones, the guides. Okay, my guides just said the Whisperers. Ooh, so interesting. So Taurus, for you this week, look at that. Do you see the tree there? There's some really great connection for some of you going on. And you stand in yourself as this luminous warrior, and the spinner of growth is the Wheel of Fortune. So you are using your energy to change your destiny. It's about taking in all the energy that exists, the rain, the wind, the sky, the minerals from the earth, and you stand stable in your life. Entwined with this Uranus energy, I think, and whatever it is that this person is carrying, is causing you to turn your destiny because of the moments that we're in. And then you take in the energy, you transform it through things like photosynthesis within your being. As a person who's carrying Uranus energy, it's all about awakening, isn't it? So clearly my guides are, they always say aspecting. They're aspecting that notion for you. That's the theme of the reading. And so for you, this is the energy that you are standing in, and that's the High Priestess. In this deck, the Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck, she's the guardian of the gateway into spiritual knowledge and the guardian of truth. Fascinating that that's where your energy is standing. So the luminous warrior reflected by the energy of the High Priestess. So there's a little bit of notion there, of course, about yin and yang and all those kinds of things. So there's something that's causing you to feel, perhaps it's the Uranus energy, but this notion of floating like a feather and being gentle and being quiet, even though you carry so much power. So your power in these moments is turning the wheel of fortune, and you're taking in the energy. And you're standing in your life with this notion of spiritual secrets, the temple, things like that. Ooh, let's find out what that is. Of course, look. The Queen of Battle. Queen of Swords. In this deck, she's representing the Morrigan, who shapeshifts, who is a shaman, crow shaman, aligning with the laws, the sacred book of laws of the universe, able to travel back and forth to the mystical realm. Very cool. I like it. So there's something that you are attempting to get a lot of clarity about in your own life, I think. So when we see the guardian, the high priestess, aligned this way with the Queen of Battle, you're going deep into the spiritual realm of yourself, because this is you in that energy, in order to bring clarity to you about something. And it has to do with the way in which you are a luminous warrior. So I think you are obviously having an awakening, and you're in these moments, and because we're coming into the new moon, you're having this moment of wanting to bring real clarity about the shift and change that you're experiencing and who you are as a being in a spiritual way. And all the shape-shifting that you're experiencing, look at that. That's a star card. So clearly, we're talking about you manifesting and standing in the full light of the energy that's being given to you because you have Uranus in your sign. The star card, intuition, sacred dreaming. This is the dreamer of growth. So I think I like that the message is being confirmed in this way. Put this up here a little bit. You may be having a lot of dreaming. Some of you may be having astral travel, a lot of intuition, binding yourself together with the mind of the sacred realm associated with the high priestess. So very clearly you're going deeply inward, and it's changing you. The changes that are coming over you are having to do with the spiritual realm in your life. And look, foundation of battle. That's a Six of Swords. So yes, it is about shift and change. And when we see it aligned with the spinner of growth, the Wheel of Fortune, we know for sure that there's some change going on. And you are consciously moving yourself forward into some new destination. Very exciting. I like it. Let's see what... Okay, my guides are saying the fates. Look. Thank you, Spirit. Sacred Goddess Coventina the Mingler. She is the sacred alchemist. And you are the vessel. And she has her whole attention on you. And assisting you while you experience Uranus in your sign, bringing this change along with the sacred Morrigan. It's very exciting. It's really deep. It's deep energy this week. Very mystical in all kinds of ways. So that's the bridge card that ties your human experience with what the spiritual realm is experiencing. You know, the cycle of your soul, why you came here, what's going on with the energy as Pluto and Saturn move closer together. See that? Regestation. The end of a cycle, the end of a soul cycle. More swords. At that. No, pardon me, it's Wands. So that's the Ten of Wands. There's something that's been burdening you. And to see the Salmon there. And we're going into the Scorpio energy with the moon cycle. So a lot of wisdom holders, you're coming to a place where whatever the burdens were for this particular moment of your soul destiny, you're ending a cycle, you're putting the burdens down because you are able to get some very profound clarity and balance your energy through the temperance, the alchemical notion of temperance brings you, look, here's what's next. Wow, okay, thank you, Spirit. The dreamer of growth. All right, this is about literally the sacred cauldron of healing. It's about the triple goddess, the sacred triple brotherhood, the sons and daughters of Brigid in this deck with the mythology that it carries. So it is literally about the tripartite soul and the way you have finished a cycle and you begin again renewed. Really beautiful. And it is the renewal of your devotion that is at hand. My guides are saying at issue in a sense. And it is this notion of being a luminous warrior. So I really like it. Let's see, Spirit. Give us a couple more notions, please, about beautiful Taurus and their energy in these moments as you come into this cycle. You know what, Taurus? I just want to show you what's on the bottom of the deck. That's a Devil card. This came out for Capricorn and similar challenges for Virgo. So as you contemplate your strings of energy, your quantum energy in these moments, your spiritual energy, it is about releasing your fears and being very grounded so that you can complete your soul cycle and free yourself from whatever it is that keeps you in some form of bondage. It's really fascinating. All right, Spirit, please tell us some more. Yeah, look. So this is the Ace of Cups. It's a prophecy in this deck about the beginning of happiness. So because of this temperance, this amalgamation, this notion of the luminous warrior falling like a feather, definitely has everything to do with your being, but clearly we see aspects of the way the change brings forward your ability to experience love and to create and manifest a partner, perhaps through this Ace of Cups exalted law of the love of the universe. So the beginning of happiness, in a sense, but it's also a prophecy. It's destiny coming forward. I like that. So let's see what else we've got. All right, guys are telling me to look at this. Yeah, so when you come, hang on a second. There's a couple notions here. So I like this. You see that? The judgment of knowledge. It's the Four of Pentacles. So there's something that has to be reordered. So when you see the fours come out, we see the Four of Pentacles and people talk about, not being able to move and hanging on to your pentacle and hanging on, not being able to give your love and be present, etc. This card indicates some conflict. We see cracks in the sky. So it's a time when you really sort of need to take some rest and to reinvigorate yourself and to make sure that anything that is at conflict in your life can be resolved. So you step into your power and you face the things that are creating conflict in your life and you vanquish them. And so in a sense, it's about preservation of your personal power because of this shift and change. It's bringing you into the power that you have as a Taurus to stand firm in your place, knowing what is correct for you, because you're getting this divine guidance and you are literally on a new foundation. So there's really something very interesting. Make sure you always check your astrology when it comes to the readings that come out from any reader, okay? So let's take a look at this beautiful partner for those of you that have a love partner. Some of you really do. We see all this shift and change and renewal, and then the Ace of Cups, and we see two vessels here and the notion of you as a vessel there, standing in the energy of the High Priestess aligned with the Star card. So healing and renewal and temperance and something being resolved so that you can join with this love energy. And look, first card for your partner, Three of Cups. Celebrations about love. So something going on for sure. And this person very aligned with the Ancient Ones. Someone probably who's very spiritual or who is experiencing their own spiritual awakening. Maybe because they are aligned with you, because you have the Awakener in your sign. So I like it. Look at that. A new offer in love. Someone who steps forward and maybe through a spiritual connection is wanting to make themselves known and their desire to get to know you better. They want to make that known and they're feeling very joyful about it. They've made a decision, basically. It's the beginning of a new cycle when you see a page come out. So let's see what else the universe has in store for your partner, Spirit. Tell us a little something more for the week of October 21st about Taurus and their beautiful partner, for those of them that are involved in a love relationship. So as all readers say, don't get stuck on gender. We're talking about energy and patterns and destiny. This might be about work. This might be about your family. You'll have to understand how it works within your own life, okay? So Spirit, please give us a notion for beautiful Taurus about this energy this week when it comes to love and partnership in their life. What is it that we need to know? What is it that the Taurus can need to know? All right, so there's a card falling out. I'm just going to pull it, and then my guides want the split. So there you go. That's a star card again. So some of you are connecting with somebody, and it's just destiny. And this person is, they've got the feels, right? They got a little crush on you or something. And whoever they are, okay, this is, all right, I'm just going to show you. Queen of Wands, okay? So this person is abundant in some way, and they're looking right at you. See that? And they're feeling that it's their destiny coming forward, or they're wondering because it's the Page of Cups, and they're feeling kind of happy. They might be feeling a little fluttery like that feather over there, and they may be feeling that it's destiny because of whatever's going on in their life. And there's the King of Wands. So there's the sacred couple right there, King and Queen of Wands. I really like it. And look, Four of Pentacles, that's what that is. So I think we're seeing some indications that there's a knowing perhaps, or a wondering, and you're both kind of sitting in your place and you're feeling the feels. You, Taurus, are going through, look, Ten of Wands. So I think some of you might be needing to end a cycle in order to come together. And there's the Six of Swords, moving forward, moving toward a new destination. I really like it. All right, my guides are saying it this way. Look at that, and look what's underneath. Wheel of Fortune. One more, okay? Three of Wands. Moving forward, making a decision, and then going to the place of transition to wait for your ship to come in. That's what this is about, okay? I want to show you one more thing. Let's move these up a little bit so they can be better in the camera. So, okay, my guides are talking about travel and destiny. Obviously, you're both going through a process. And it may not be that this is, in this moment, this relationship may not be coming into fruition, but the aspects are there. And I think there's a knowingness with both of you. So you see the destiny, the Star card, and the Queen of Wands looking into you and your process. But the Page of Cups is looking that way. We got the Four of Pentacles, and the King of Wands is looking at that. So there's some internal shift and change clearly that needs to happen before something they need to let go of something and finish a cycle before they really move in your direction. But they know it's destiny. They know that there's some destiny going on with this, and they are feeling the urge to move forward. And look, Ace of Wands. So whoever this is, there's a lot of passion there, and it's undercover at the moment in the World card. So something beautiful transforming both of you. I think you're aware of each other. For some of you, you have not come into union, so to speak, yet, but there's a knowing. And I love that the luminous warrior is there, and the notion of the feather of falling and waiting for this tree of life to intertwine itself with this person who may be going through a lot of shift and change of their own. So I think it's a time to really be in the mystical part of this journey, because clearly it's very mystical between the two of you, or you both reside in some ways. Maybe you're both very spiritual, residing in the mystical realm, each having your own journey and becoming aware of each other. And I think probably having a lot of questions while you do your own journey and come into your own clarity. And as always, you have to have your own journey. Look at this. Wow. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. That's the rune for wholeness. So I think the advice is, it's good to know, it's good to understand, it's good to go slow. Take your time, right? King of Wands is pretty wise, very passionate, but it looks like there's some shift and change. Something has to be released. The energy has to begin to flow, and it won't flow until this ending, whatever it is, happens, so that this person can move forward. So the wheel turns upward, and then they're able to look in your direction, and the inspiration and the change comes about you. So it's about this kind of energy, and I love that we're talking about this Uranus energy, and we see this kind of lightning bolt, okay? This beautiful notion of coming into wholeness. And you both are going through a process. So it may be that you've become aware of each other and it causes the change, or it may be that because of the changes that you're performing in your own life and the things that you're committed to, draw this person into your sphere. Really beautiful. So Taurus, enjoy this. Leave some comments. I always love reading, your personal message about what's going on in your own life. I am in New Mexico this week. I'm getting ready for this shamanic retreat journey happening on the 24th through the 27th in Silver City. There is a spot open if any of you are in the area or you'd like to come on a last minute basis and jump in with us. We'd love to have you. There is a link below the video. I am traveling probably for the next year, so I am asking for donations to assist me in my own process as an earth sign to go out into the world and try to bring these healing shamanic retreats as widely as possible, spread some flower seeds of energy around the universe, around the planet. So if you feel so inclined, I would love to have your support financially. And what I've been letting people know is that if you feel you'd like to make a donation, that donation, however much you're able to give, will be applied to any kind of healing service or tarot reading that I offer. Okay? So I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Click that like button. Don't forget to leave some comments. And if you're new, love to have your subscription and click the bell and all that stuff that readers say. Okay, gang, thank you very much. I will look forward to speaking with you again next week. Thanks, everyone.